A very good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible and visible. I hope everybody is able to see me clearly and hear me too. Great. Well, a very good morning to all of you. And I really hope that you've had a fantastic start to your day. Well, I had. Right after finishing my morning walk today, I just wanted to indulge in some guilty pleasure. And you know what I did? I just walked into a nearby bakery. And as soon as I stepped in, the delicious aroma of the freshly baked chocolate cookies filled my heart, and my stomach started churning. And I was instantly hungry, and the first response and reaction was to buy the cookies and just gorge on them. And that is what I did. I bought some cookies and I started munching on them. But just as I was enjoying my cookies, I had a thought. A few days ago, I had a similar sensation in my tummy. I had felt my stomach churning. But unfortunately, though, on that particular night, I was sitting outside the emergency room of a hospital. And inside the emergency room was the love of my life, my husband, who was admitted there because his blood pressure had tremendously shot up because of stress induced hypertension. Well, hello and welcome to today's session where I will be talking about embracing stress. I am Priyanka Kar, a soft skills and life skills coach. And I am here today to change and reshape your relationship with stress and to empower you to be the architect of your own experiences. Now, coming to the cliched question, stress. What is stress? How would you define stress? Do we call it merely an emotion, a response of feelings, or can we look at it a little differently as the body's reaction to a challenge? Well, for most of us, I'm sure, when we talk about stress, the physical responses and the emotions that we can relate to are that pounding heart, the sweat droplets on your forehead, the sweaty hands, that increased heart rate, isn't it? And everything else that is associated with weakness, that is associated with that overwhelming feeling of just falling apart. But what if I tell you that stress is not as negative? And it is time that we stop demonizing stress. It is time that we change our perspective. When we learn to view stress as a natural physical response or the body's way to prepare for a challenge, we can profoundly alter our experience. And trust me, when I say this, it is not just from mere assumptions, it's backed by research. Professor Alia Crum from the Columbia University conducted this very interesting experiment. This was a study conducted on housekeepers across 7 hotels in the United States. Interestingly, despite the strenuous work that they do, most of these housekeepers, did not exercise, and exercise was never a part of their life. Okay, so Professor Crum took a certain section of these housekeepers from 4 hotels, and she sensitized them that the work that they do is as good as exercising. She told them that the work that they do can actually burn up to 300 calories per hour. She went as far as breaking down all the amount, the calories burnt in doing specific tasks, and she put them in posters and she hung them all across the hotel. She did this for 4 hotels. However, she did not sensitize the housekeeping staff of the other 3 hotels. Interestingly, after 4 weeks, it was observed that the informed group, or the group that was sensitized about the fact that the work that they do, that the strenuous work that they do is as good as exercise, showed a wonderful physiological profile. They had better cardiovascular health, they were happier, healthier, and interestingly, they had even started loving their job more. However, this was definitely not the case with the housekeepers in the other 3 hotels. This groundbreaking study from Columbia University, detailed in Professor Kelly McGonigal's book, vividly demonstrates how changing our perception alone can significantly impact our physical health and well being, even without altering any behavior. And you can see that from this very study that I just spoke about. So, today I am going to talk about a completely new understanding and a completely new perspective on stress. I am going to talk about the biology of courage. Yes, the biology of courage. The reason why I am stressing on this is because from today onwards, after this little intervention, whenever you are facing such a situation, you should stop, pause, and think about the biology of courage. Well, the traditional view about stress is definitely, all those reactions that we are so used to, that pounding heart, that those sweaty hands, the sweat droplets on your forehead and everything, right? And we consider this as such an overwhelming feeling, as something that is just so destructive, because we are used to demonizing stress. But from today onwards, let us all have a new mindset. Let us all understand that these actions or reactions, as you may call them, are just the body's way for preparing for action. It's not its way, for falling apart. It is prepping you up. It's preparing you to get ready and fight it out. This new response, the relaxed blood vessels, the pumping heart, the improved oxygen flow, all this is designed to have a better cardiovascular profile. All this is designed to help you think clearly. All of this is designed to help you respond to the situation and not react. This shift cultivates what Professor Kelly McGonigal calls the biology of courage. And this enhances our ability to thrive under pressure and not just fall apart. Well, simply saying that you must, change your mindset about stress might not just be enough, because the first thing is we have to understand how we stress and how we worry and how we fret. I'll take a simple example. For most of us, I'm in Kolkata and it's raining here. For most of us, who have people who have to go out to work, people who have to reach offices on time, just the fact that it is raining will start creating that feedback mechanism, and all those negative reactions in the body. We will start overestimating the likelihood that it's raining, so there'll be crazy traffic on the road, and that, I will reach office late, and I will miss the deadline, and my appraisal is gone, and I will come back and take it out on my family, and my entire day is ruined. We will focus on everything negative and not just think that it's a beautiful day, it's raining, and the fact that I'm going out, I will perhaps be able to, play some of my favorite songs on the car stereo and enjoy a drive to my office. That is, not how most of us would think. But that is exactly what I'm talking about. If you understand that these things are not what really matter, things can always be changed. You can always respond to the situation and change the outcome. And you can only do that when you have a completely different mindset, when you change your mindset. So, When I say change your mindset, change the way you look at stress, how do you do it? Let's look at a formula. The first is definitely acknowledge and notice. You would definitely understand that, when you are like nervous, your heart is pumping, your hands are sweaty, and you are wringing your hands and you're being jittery and nervous, you would acknowledge that, right? So when you know that this is happening, just pause, take a step back, sit and meditate. Like my brother says, go the Om Ching way. Yeah. So you can just do that. Yeah, that's a very funny way of telling people to relax and meditate. The second thing that you can do is utilize and act. Utilize what? Utilize this extra energy that your body is getting, the adrenaline rush that your body is giving you and telling you and prepping you up for be there, out there, and fight it out. You have to channelize this activated energy into some productive endeavors and not just fall apart. Another interesting thing that you can do here is leverage oxytocin. Well, most of us know oxytocin as that cute cuddle hormone, right? And whenever we talk about stress, it's always the adrenaline that we associate with. However, oxytocin is also a very, very important neural hormone, which is released by the glands to balance our body. This hormone is anti inflammatory and ensures that our blood vessels stay in shape and do not go berserk when we are in such kind of a situation, which we ideally call stressful. Interestingly, though, this hormone has a wonderful impact on our heart. It helps in regeneration of the cells. And along with that, this hormone not just works to protect you, your body, it also nudges you to notice if another person, another of your kith and kin, is under stress. It helps you to reach out, it helps you to connect. This oxytocin is such a wonderful hormone that, it preps your body to seek for that social support system. It helps you to reach out to people. And when you listen to your body's response, you will know that whenever you are feeling overwhelmed, instead of bottling up those emotions, it would be the best to seek support, to reach out to somebody, to talk to somebody, to surround yourselves with loved ones. And also let that compassionate heart of yours do something wonderful for others. Because that is definitely, doing something for the others, being compassionate is one of the best ways to feel good, to completely alter your situation and the, scenario that you are in. And oxytocin is, further the feedback that it gets, it's further enhanced by all this social support that you get. So embracing social connections during stress is not just comforting, as it says here, it's also biologically beneficial, you see. Well, I wanted to keep my presentation short and emphasize on the fact that it is important to change your mindset because that is what shapes the reality. And here, I would like to talk about the stress paradox. The more negatively you perceive stress, the greater is it the greater is its detrimental impact. Conversely, by changing your mindset, you can always unlock your body's innate biology of courage. So, after today's session, I hope all of you will remember to pause and think about your biology of courage. You will have to stop and recalibrate your emotions. By adopting a perspective that views stress as a challenge to be leveraged rather than a threat to be feared, you transform its very nature within your body. This powerful shift empowers you to move from feeling overwhelmed to feeling courageous, ready to face any demand that life throws at your way. And with this, I would like to end my presentation today and just would like you to stop, pause, think, and respond to situations and not react. Thank you. If we can have questions, I would be more than happy to answer any. That was all that I had to say. And I really hope that after this intervention today, all of you will remember the biology of courage. That has to be the mantra. Great. All right. So, absolutely. Mr. Dasgupta says that all of us somehow or the other are associated with stress. And I'm really hoping that from today onwards, there will be a shift in the mindset. Thank you so much, Miss Paul. That was wonderful. That was very encouraging. I can see such lovely comments coming here. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you for all your encouragement. Thank you for being there for me today. And let us all work together to make a beautiful world for ourselves. All right. Any more questions? Anybody? Definitely, Mr. Dasgupta. I will definitely try to arrange for more such sessions. And I'm so glad that you liked it. Thank you so much. If I have, if anybody has any more questions, can go ahead. We can always answer them on chat. And I would especially, since I don't have any more questions from anybody, I would just like to take a moment to thank this wonderful organization, Janitri India, and Mrs. Rumi Bora, Dr. Rumi Bora, who's been a constant support for all of us women. She's always been there, encouraged us, and pushed us to come out of our comfort zones and put our best foot forward. So thank you, Rumi, for doing such a wonderful job encouraging all of us to come out with our best. And loads of love for Janitri India. And I really wish that many such sessions can be conducted by many professionals in this domain, and all of us together can join hands and build a beautiful world. Thank you so much, everyone. It was wonderful being here and talking to all of you.